institutions like libraries, all of that can make a big difference so that everyone starts to have access. Of course, at home, we see a big difference. In big business, in government and universities worldwide, there is broadband internet connectivity, and that allows them all to work together in a rich way. If we move down to smaller businesses, or even in the most extreme cases, to homes, there is quite a bit of difference. Over time, as the wireless technology comes along and the volume of users goes up, these prices will come down and we'll see greater penetration. Today, the greatest penetration is actually in Korea, who got started early and has got the majority of the households connected up with broadband. And it's been fascinating to see what that's done to the way people think about consuming TV, video, or socializing with each other. The United States is not too far behind, but that have more penetration. In Mexico, the numbers have gone up. If we take the years, we'll see a dramatic rise in those numbers, particularly if we think about everybody who can get to a broadband computer, even if they don't have it in their home. The goal is to make that very, very pervasive. Now, as we're getting the phone connected to the internet, the PC connected to the internet, over time, your video game, like the Xbox 360 connected to the internet, all these devices will work together and allow you to take for granted the rich new ways of doing things. 10 years ago, when we thought about film, we thought, hey, that's a camera, and keeping track of those photos, you pile them up, and sharing them with other people is very complex. To put a narration on that, to put music to that, that's very difficult. Well, of course, that's changed. Now we have both digital cameras and phones with cameras built in. And so taking lots and lots of photos and organizing them, sharing them with relatives that are far away, putting in voice along with it, it's a very straightforward thing. And so photography has changed fundamentally. 10 years ago, if you saw a typeset document, you might have thought, well, that must be from a big company. They spent a lot of money. Well, today we just take it for granted that even anyone can make a great brochure, a great presentation, because they all have the same tools, and it's very, very easy to do. We're starting to change some other things, though. Getting rid of money so you can do electronic transactions, making that very straightforward. Getting textbooks onto the internet, and so you can read them and have them with you anytime that you're online. I mentioned video as a big change. It means that things like training inside companies that always used to involve going to a location and sitting in a classroom. More and more, that's video on the internet that you can watch when you choose to. Even the testing to see if you've understood the material and you're ready for the next level. That can be done over the internet. By bringing video to the internet, it's a very big change. Even TV itself will move to be delivered over the internet. That's beginning in a number of countries. And when we have TV in that form, it's very different. It means that as you're watching the news, you can see more of topics you're interested in, more about soccer, maybe less about weather, more or less about politics, depending on what your interests are. You just indicate your interests, and when you go back, it presents it in a personalized fashion because it's being delivered to you uniquely over the internet. Likewise, the ads will be targeted to you and therefore more interesting, more effective for the advertiser, and letting you just push a button and ask for more information. Now, in some ways, when we think about this interaction with the TV set, the future is more coming from the PC or the Xbox, where you can talk to your friends as you watch, where you can see a ticker that might tell you if somebody's who's calling, who's ringing the phone. You can call up information. Say you're watching a sports figure and you want to go browse understand a little bit more about them, or have different views on the soccer game, you'll have that kind of capability as it's delivered over the internet. It's not just our activities at home that are changing, it's also the way we work. Today, our expectation is that we get numbers on a piece of paper. And so if we see them and we think, why is that number so large? We have to either not ever understand it or go ask somebody. Well, a number presented on a computer screen lets you take it and look at it broken down by time or product or geography and really understand what's going on and take the visualization of the pattern you see and share that with your coworkers, even if they're in another location. The ability to have a lot of intelligence about what's going on with your customers, what are the trends, what's going on with quality, all of those things will be at people's fingertips. And what does it require? It doesn't require much at all. Just empowering that worker with a fairly up-to-date personal computer with some software and connecting it up to the internet, and then all of that world of information becomes available. We've seen this in business. For example, governments, when they buy things,